All right. Welcome to All Good Things and All Good Time. My name is Craig. When your name is Craig, your friends say, "What up, Craig?" all the time. So we always have to say, ain't got no job, ain't got shit to do. Smoke some weed. It's Friday. Anyway, and then they say, of course, how you gonna lose your job how you gonna get fired on your day off, Craig? Yep, okay. Anyway, that happens all the time. But just recently, I got fired on my day off, essentially. Restaurant I worked at closed. I had to correct everything with FEMA and the Red Cross because they're, taking your info. And at first, they said, the Westin said it has room for me. I had a job, which meant I have health insurance. So then I told them, no, I don't need a room. I don't need a job. I don't need health insurance, And then, anyway, I couldn't stay at the hotel suddenly. And then, so I needed a room. And then my restaurant just packed it in. So, ain't got no job. And there went my health insurance. So I had to go back yesterday and redo everything with those guys. And then I did find at the Hyatt, they've got everybody and everything all coordinated. So if you need to talk to the agencies, that's where to go. The Hyatt, they got everybody there, and they are working like a fine-tuned machine. They got the Small Business Administration. Apparently, you got to go to FEMA first, and then you got to go to Small Business Administration and ask for money or help or whatever, and then they're supposed to eventually probably maybe deny you, and once they deny you, then you go to FEMA, and then they help you with all the stuff that they can, which is the kind of stuff that, anyway, so we'll see. I just did that with SBA. It was interesting. Anyway, we'll see how that all goes. I also they helped me file for unemployment. The Red Cross finished taking down what it needed to take down. I learned something very interesting, and that maybe some of you don't know, but I had to get a check at first from FEMA. I got a check, and my ex-wife's right now waiting for me, but the reason I had to do that was because I didn't know the routing number. But it's the same for everybody in Hawaii, everywhere. It's like something you can Google. But the FEMA guy that was helping me, it was like his first day, he was training. He didn't know the answer. So, but that's, what every other FEMA person knows is, and everyone else. So you don't have to know your routing number. It's good to memorize your bank number. Luckily I have that memorized. That's been very useful because I got no checks. They all burned up. So, of course, I'm sure you're admiring my outfit. It said pajama namaz, but I saw fancy day wear. This is $14.98 at one of our big box stores. Yes. Look at my sacrum. Anyway. Pretty fun walking around in this out there. And then suddenly you realize it's glow in the dark. Let's see if you can see. I don't know. But yeah, it's glow in the dark. That's cool. Alright, so I got some stuff here to stay occupied with while I maybe tell you stuff, whatever comes to mind. My mind isn't organized enough to be able to organize thoughts very well without, it being some sort of torturous process. So I'm just gonna talk from the heart. Okay, all right. Now, if you haven't seen my video, 507 videos ago, I did one on how to pour the perfect beer. See, I worked one summer in Germany as a cash immigrant under the table employee some 30 years ago, 29 years ago. Look at that, oh baby. And the first thing they teach you is a beer in Germany should take 7 minutes to be poured. If you pour it in less than 7 minutes, you're cheating them. Pour beer. You try to scrape off all the things we do, they would never do, because all the flavors in there, and you're unlocking it. And you're also, big belief is that you reduce your hangover Who doesn't want to have less of a hangover and have it taste great? And super drinkable. Like, I love this beer. Thank you, Sierra Nevada. My brother graduated Chico State in the mid 80s when I shouldn't be drinking beer at like 14, 13. That's when Sierra Nevada came out with their pale ale with the yeast at the bottom. And yeah, rotten kid I was drinking that at 14 anyway. I've been drinking this beer as long as it has existed. And I appreciate what they did here. This is a 7.2% super hoppy double IPA. It's just good stuff. And it's always been priced affordably, right? A lot of other beer companies have finally gotten on the bandwagon and they're selling their big beers for, $3.50 or whatever. But these guys have been doing it forever like that. All right, so we'll set that aside. Now, yep, the three things, right? Tastes way better. It's way more drinkable. And even a crappy beer, like some domestic light beer or whatever, if you do this to it, it tastes a little bit better. But yeah, and so with that story, there is a joke. And this joke, if you're in the service industry and you're serving a person from Europe, or you know anybody from Europe, you want to make them laugh. Power went out. Oh my God.